So today I want to talk about making space for conscious living. I think a lot of us that are more aware of this idea of waking up and living more consciously, mainly I think it's happening to us. We're undergoing a kind of massive evolutionary leap, and also there's lots of sort of evidence around us scientifically, what's going on the planet right now, or with the planet, as far as kind of running low on certain resources, and there's a kind of collective awakening as far as we absolutely need to make some changes. And so what I want to talk about is really the process that I've undergone over the last year as far as embodying the practice. That's sort of how I describe it to myself, whereby for the last sort of 10 years since I've had certain sparked ideas and awakenings within myself, it's actually quite different when we start to just really consciously live by those truths. And we all know that we have to take responsibility for our actions, for our lives, but really everything, absolutely everything. So if I'm going through an emotion, I have to own that emotion. I have to let myself process that emotion and not have that kind of habitual wanting to project it onto the circumstance or the other person. And that's really what I've been practicing and embodying probably since 2012, if not sort of the end of 2011, where I had this kind of back-to-back continual change in my life, where I was being asked to really own my own beliefs and my ideas and not just listen to other people and go by how they live or how they want me to live. And it's brought me to this place where I feel it's time to speak up, it's time to speak my truth, and to be a lot more expressive. And even more recently, where I've had to really look at my issues with control and trying to control my life. And what I recognized was in that situation, by owning my reaction, by owning the emotion that I went through, it suddenly freed me up to be creative in this capacity, where I'm just suddenly making a lot more videos. I'm on Instagram, and I'm finally doing what a lot of my sort of teachers or the people that I aspire to have been doing for a really long time. It's just that for me, I didn't have the courage to do it before. I didn't like the way I looked. I didn't want. I was afraid. I was afraid of expressing myself, especially in this capacity where I kind of have to expose deeper threads or deeper layers of myself to people who know me in class, or people who know me as friends, and then I might think, oh my god, I'm so stupid, or they're gonna laugh, or they're gonna think I'm so weird. And this is the kind of stuff now that I'm just like, fuck it. Fuck it, like, it doesn't matter. Just, you are who you are, you think what you think, or you believe what you believe. And I truly believe that we are unlimited, that we are infinite, unlimited beings of light, that we're made up of the same stuff of the universe, and we've kind of consciously born ourselves into this manifestation, into this physical reality, to have the experience. And I've drawn on that from my own sort of deduction and meditation and thinking, but also the more you believe in yourself, the more you kind of get rooted and really think, yes, like, I'm good how I am, I believe in myself, then actually teachers and books and things start to appear in your reality that are going to affirm that belief for you. And that's really what the law of attraction is all about. So it's the same thing. If you want to believe in fear, if you want to believe that the world is out to get you, and the world is a big, bad, scary place, and everything is crumbling, and everything's gonna just get, like, everything is, and the man, and the big corporations are out to get you, then of course that's what's going to be reflected back at you. And whatever you want to believe, you can find it, you can see that reflected back. That is the nature, that's the law of attraction, how it works. And so what I'm working through is just like, I'm allowed to be happy, I'm allowed to be pure, I'm allowed to be healthy. For most of my life, I've had these sort of demons, these inner demons or beliefs that I couldn't be, that I was wrong somehow because I wanted to be thin, or I wanted to be beautiful, or, you know, I wanted to look like certain images in the magazine. Somehow that was wrong, or vain or whatever. And then recently I've just been like, who cares? Like, yeah, I'm vain, and I'm probably not alone in that area, and I want to like myself. No, I want to love myself completely and wholly, no matter what. And, you know, not to be doing this for any other reason than I want to. And I want to share a little bit more of myself with the world out there. And because I think therapeutically it's really nice to get it out after having been through a lot. Again, addiction is a big one, but it's all born out of the fear, the shame, and the guilt, really, that I've been holding since a young child, where that turned into a distortion in eating disorder, and then it became like obsessive exercise, and then just continual. I mean, the thread, my relationship with food and my body has always been an underlying source of hatred for myself. And so that's been a big driving force as far as my healing goes. And so after the exercise, then it was like drugs and alcohol, and that lasted for a good few years. And as I started to unweave that, because I've always been underlying kind of like believed in that kind of heart center, and believed in that inner voice within me, because my mom also taught me that stuff. So deep down, having that feeling of like, how am I going to survive? How am I going to kind of overcome this? And realizing that's been a real journey, letting go of the alcohol addiction, letting go of the drug and the cigarettes and those kind of more insidious, destructive, addictive patterns in my life. And to be honest, the more I let go, the more I relinquish control, and the more I, through my experiences, dissolve the threads or dissolve the emotional reactive patterns within me that are anger, frustration, hatred, or even just like discomfort in my heart center, the more I just kind of sit with those emotions and allow myself to work through them consciously, it honestly just frees up my space, it frees up my time. So now that I'm not holding a lot of these kind of negative emotions, I feel like I have a lot more time in the day, and I actually really want to be creative. I really want to express myself, and even today I realize, you know, I want to make myself look pretty for the camera, so I've put makeup on, and I blew my hair dry, which it still looks a little bit I could probably try and do my hair a little bit better, but you know, because the other two videos I just woke up and I look at them and I think, oh, you know, like I could make more of an effort to beautify myself for the camera, instead of just sans makeup and, you know, putting my face right there. So I'm going to put this one on my website, and then again, that's another reaction of mine, because I don't look as good as I might want in those other videos, or some of my older videos where I'm carrying a little bit more weight. I would probably want to I want to take them down because I really don't like how I look and I don't want people to see them. But I'm at the stage now where it's like, you know, that's okay, because that's part of the process for me, is that person is a shadow of myself, and it's still that I created that person as well to bring me to this place. So I still want to love and respect that girl as well. And also, like, you know, it's not the end of the world if you don't have makeup on and stuff. So yeah, the more you own your emotions, stop projecting it onto people, you allow yourself to relinquish control, relinquish and let go of the guilt, the shame, the hatred. This is a conscious connection with yourself and with your emotions, where you're working through them instead of projecting them outward. And then you kind of uproot them. The more you work through them, you're actually uprooting them until eventually, miraculously, they just sort of start dissolving completely. And before you know it, you'll start to see quite radical change in your life. And I think this aspect of change starts to grow and get more apparent to you. It certainly has for me. The more I'm working with this stuff, I'm just seeing more and more really drastic change, and it's really empowering, enlightening, and liberating. I'm feeling way, way better in myself, and I feel more connected to other people, and I just want to express that love and express the journey that I've been through to sort of encourage other people to keep hopeful, and keep praying and keep connecting inward, because really ultimately I believe we as individuals, every one of us is our own master. And so you as an individual, just like in me, I hold the key to my own unlocking, and that goes for you and everyone else as well. So nobody else is going to do this work for you. You have to do it for yourself. And I promise, even though it can be a really rocky ride and there can be a lot of really intense discomfort and pain, I'm selling it to you here. Um, Even through all that discomfort and pain, you actually begin to realize what's happening, and you're peeling back and you're uprooting all of these distortions and all of these malaligned beliefs that collectively we're still holding quite dysfunctional belief systems that are not serving us as a collective on this beautiful planet. So just trust your heart and really continue to follow through with that. And again, keep checking in or leave me a message or subscribe. I'm just going for it here so that I can continue to share and maybe touch on subjects that people want to talk about, more about body image or addiction or all of the many problems I've dealt with in my life that I'm happy to talk about with people, because none of us are perfect here, and I think as humanity we're just trying to figure it out. We're trying to figure out what the frick is going on, and I think the more we create, the more we express, the better life gets, and we can just be ourselves and help one another out. Be the light, and be the change we want to see in the world, and we're all going to be okay. There's nothing wrong with the world out there. Everything's going to be fine. We just have to really follow our hearts. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om peace, 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 everybody. Namaste. Have a really, really good day. Peace. Bushes on through bright